Okay, so if you've ever beaten yourself up for procrastinating or, felt that awful guilt for not sticking with a plan, you are definitely not alone. But what if the way we all think about discipline, that it's all about willpower and being tough, is just completely wrong? Let's get into it because we're about to tear down and rebuild how you think about discipline. I mean, this is the question, right? Why is it so hard? It always feels like this constant, draining, uphill battle that we're basically programmed to lose. And that frustration, it's so real. But the reason for it, well, it's probably not what you think it is. So here it is. This is the heart of the problem. Your brain, it's just not built for the world we live in today. For like millions of years, our ancient brain was fine-tuned for one thing: survive right now. That means it's hardwired to chase immediate rewards, save every bit of energy, and avoid anything that looks like hard work. But our world today, it demands the exact opposite. It's all about long-term goals, consistent focus, and waiting for that payoff. So yeah, you've got a war going on inside your own head.
And this is absolutely crucial, so I want you to really hear this. Your struggle is not a character flaw. You're not weak, you're not lazy, it's a design conflict. You're trying to run brand new software on ancient hardware. And as long as you think you can win this fight with just pure willpower, you're always going to be set up to fail. So that brings us to this huge shift in thinking. If the real fight isn't inside your head, then where is it? Well, the real battleground for discipline is all around you. It's your environment. The secret isn't about trying harder, it's about designing smarter. Right, and this is where this idea called choice architecture comes into play. It sounds kind of fancy, but all it means is that your surroundings are constantly pushing and pulling your decisions. Your brain will almost always choose the path of least resistance. It doesn't really care what's good for you. It cares about what's easy. So if your phone is right there on the desk and your book is on a shelf across the room, your brain made its choice before you even had a chance to think. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, he just nails it with this quote. Trying to rely on motivation is like trying to rely on good weather. It's totally unpredictable. But building a supportive environment, that's like building a fortress. It works for you even on the days you don't feel like it at all. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we become the architects of our own lives and our own behavior? Let's get practical. We're going to walk through a super simple 4-step solution that you can use to redesign any habit. And here they are, the 4 laws of behavior change. They're simple, they're powerful, and this is the best part, they work with your brain's ancient programming, not against it. Make it obvious, make it attractive, make it easy, and make it satisfying. Just think of these as the 4 levers you can now pull to pretty much engineer your own success. Now, to make sure this isn't just theory, let's apply these laws to a problem we all have: trying to create a workspace that actually helps you focus and keeps distractions out. We're going to take a space that's probably full of distractions and turn it into a productivity engine, one law at a time. First up, law number 1. Make it obvious. Your brain is a visual creature. It acts on what it sees. So the good habits, the things you want to do, they need to be right there, front and center. And the bad habits, they need to become invisible. It's all about creating really clear visual cues for the right actions. So what does this actually look like? Well, to encourage focus, literally leave your most important project files open on your computer or the papers for it right on your desk. It's the first thing you see. To discourage distractions, you do the opposite. Put your phone in a completely different room, seriously, or at least tuck it away in a drawer. Hide the TV remote. You're simply making the good choice the most obvious one. Okay, next up is law 2, make it attractive. See, our brains run on a chemical called dopamine. They're constantly chasing the anticipation of pleasure. So to build a habit, you've got to make it something your brain actually looks forward to, not something it dreads doing.
A really powerful way to do this is a technique called habit stacking. You just link a habit you want to build with a habit you already love doing. For example, after I pour my morning coffee, which I already enjoy, I will immediately open my most important task. You see what you're doing? You're borrowing those good feelings from the coffee and tying them to your work. It makes the whole thing feel way more appealing.
Law 3. Now, this one might just be the most critical of all. Make it easy. Just remember, your brain is always looking for the path of least resistance. The more steps, more effort, what we call friction between you and a good habit, the less likely you are ever to do it. Your job is to just get rid of that friction.
So to make work easy, you shrink the habit down. Don't tell yourself you have to work for 2 hours. Just commit to 5 minutes. I mean, anyone can do 5 minutes, right? Or prepare your entire workspace the night before. That way, there's zero friction to getting started. And on the flip side, to discourage the bad habits, you add friction. Use apps that block distracting websites. Log out of all your social media accounts so you have to type in your password every single time. It makes it just annoying enough that you won't bother.
And finally, law number 4, make it satisfying. For any behavior to actually stick, your brain needs to feel an immediate win. Long-term goals are just too far away. They're too abstract. We need a little reward right now that tells our brain, hey, that was good, let's do that again.
So after you finish a block of work, give yourself that immediate win. It could be something as simple as making a big check mark on a to-do list or moving a paperclip from a to-do jar to a done jar. That tiny, satisfying action gives you a little hit of dopamine that reinforces the whole loop, and it makes you want to come back and do it all again tomorrow.
Now, using these 4 laws is going to change what you do, but the real deep transformation, that happens when we go one level deeper, when we shift from what we are doing to who we are being. This is honestly the most powerful idea of all. Every single time you choose to sit down and work for just those 5 minutes, you are casting a vote for being a focused person. Every time you put your phone in another room, you're casting a vote for being a disciplined person. And these little tiny votes, they add up over time until that new identity just becomes who you are. And that really brings us to the ultimate takeaway. Your big, ambitious goals, they don't determine your future. Your daily systems do. When you're tired or stressed or totally unmotivated, you don't magically rise to the level of your goals. You will always fall to the level of the systems you've built. The whole point is to just build better systems.
So I'll just leave you with this one question. Forget about all the big, huge changes for a minute. Based on everything we just talked about, what is one tiny, simple vote you can cast for the person you want to become starting today?